Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Chelsea news video. First things first, guys, make sure you smash the likes, 100 likes target as always. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And as always, leave your thoughts in the comments below. And in today's Chelsea news, the Blues have been linked with a move for 18-year-old Lille centre-back Leny Yoro as they begin to step their pursuit up for a replacement for Thiago Silva. We've also got the latest news on Ben Chilwell's injury and the fact that he's been called up to the England squad alongside Cole Palmer and Conor Gallagher, suggesting that maybe his injury isn't actually as bad as first feared. So, yeah, loads to dive into, guys. And let's kick right off with 18-year-old Leny Yoro. Now, we know Chelsea are going to be busy again this summer. We know the club are looking for another centre-back because Thiago Silva's going to leave at the end of the season and Trevor Chalobah is more than likely going to be sold. And obviously, we've got those persistent doubts over Wesley Fofana and his long-term fitness. And there's our consider reporting that Chelsea are interested in a summer move for talented young Lille centre-back Leny Yoro. The Blues obviously facing competition from PSG, who tried to get him in January, and obviously from Real Madrid as well. Yoro is considered an ideal addition to the Chelsea project. The France under-21 international has already made 49 senior appearances for Lille. PSG represents serious competition, though, and are keen to ensure the teen sensation remains in League A. Look, obviously, I'll be real. I don't know an awful lot about Yoro. I know he's a talented boy. I know other clubs have looked at him. I know he's having a really good season in France right now. But, yeah, for me, if this is a Thiago Silva replacement as such, then this doesn't really tick the boxes for me. It's another one of those, might be good in 3 to 4 years' time, but he's not good enough to come in right now as an 18-year-old and replace Thiago Silva. Look, he's clearly very good. Real Madrid obviously want him as well. They don't want bad players. But if you think about it, from his personal perspective, Real Madrid's perfect for him. You know, a team of elite players, loads of leaders, settled captaincy, and a new player that's up and coming can fit perfectly into that setup with no issue. You look at Chelsea, no stability, no established leaders, disjointed from top to bottom half of the Premier League, and another young player is unlikely to grow and develop in this current scenario that we have at Chelsea. Look, we want to try and increase the average age of the squad, not bring it down even further. You know, but age does matter in parts. Look, Palmer and Gusto have been brilliant for us. But let's be real, you know, they will both go through poor patches at some point. And he's another project player who would be a good signing if we didn't have the rest of the team so inexperienced. So for me, yeah, it could be a brilliant prospect, but it's not really ticking the right boxes. I mean, if it was personally down to me, I wouldn't even be signing another centre-back this summer. I'd be keeping hold of Trevor Chalobah, putting my trust in Wesley Fofana, and that leaves us with Colwell, Fofana, Badiashile, Disasi, and Chalobah as your five. What's wrong with that? You know, why do we need another project centre back? You know, and if it's for his career, I wouldn't be joining Chelsea at his age and where he's at right now. You know, apparently alternative centre back options include Ousmane Diamonde of Sporting Lisbon, who's 20 years old, and Nice's Jean-Claire Todibo, who is a little bit older. But yeah, for me, this move, it doesn't make sense for the reasons I've given. I'm not doubting Yoro's talent and the fact that he could go on to become a top player. But right now, for where Chelsea are at with the makeup of their squad and whatnot, this sort of a move for him doesn't make sense. I know this summer, again, predominantly we're going to be linked with young talent. And those are the sort of players that we want to bring in. But slightly worryingly, Nizar Kinsella also reporting that Bedenek Bali and Todd Bowley want to recruit 2 or 3 of the world's best players under the age of 23 for every position, suggesting that our youth recruitment drive is not really going to end anytime soon. You know, remember David Ornstein saying a while back that, you know, January represented 3 windows into a 4-window plan. This summer will be the 4th window of the so-called 4th window plan. And if we don't get in any experience, any know-how, any leadership and whatnot, then I really do worry for the direction that the club is heading in. I mean, look, in theory, it all sounds great. Two to three of the best players under age 23 in the world for each position. That sounds great in theory, as I said, but the reality is very, very different. We need players with know-how and experience, of big moments and how to see games out in tough moments. And we don't have that right now, and we need it. And signing the best players in the world under the age of 23 is not going to give us that. So I do worry about the direction the club's going. And yes, you need two quality options in each position. We know that, but that doesn't mean that they have to solely be under the age of 23 or under the age of 25, whatever it might be. We do need to be prepared to, A, break the wage structure if necessary for the right individuals. And we need to be prepared to go for players that are slightly older if that means there's going to be more of a guarantee of them being a success. And, we need players that can come in and make an instant impact. And unfortunately, the youngsters that we've got at the moment, or the youngsters have been linked with, aren't the sort of players that are going to come in and make an instant impact. They just simply aren't. So, yeah, I mean, in theory, it sounds good. But again, it's another worry about the direction that we might be heading down with this recruitment policy and our recruitment this summer, which really needs to be spot on. As well as a centre-back, which I don't think we need if it was down to me, but we're looking at a striker and a left-back as well. The left-back's going to be another young player. I obviously gave my thoughts in yesterday's video about Ian Martin and whatnot. We're looking for another young centre-back, maybe Milos Kerkez from Bournemouth. But again, 20 years of age, has only had one season in the PL. This is his first season. I'm not sure what other left-backs we've been linked with in and around the age range that we seem to be looking to recruit in. And of course, we're obviously looking for a striker. But again, I don't know who that's going to be. Are we going to stick with the age range? Are we going to break that age range? Are we going to try and do something for an Ivan Toney, which I think looks a long shot now? What are we going to end up doing? Can we really get Victor Osimhen? I'm not convinced we can. Or is it going to end up being another could be good in 3 or 4 years project player like a Benjamin Sesko or a Victor Gyökeres or something along those lines? So yeah, I really do worry about the direction we're going down with our recruitment. And I really hope that we do add some experience and some know-how to the squad this summer. But moving away from transfer news, and surprisingly, Ben Chilwell has been named in the England squad for the friendlies this month against Brazil and Belgium. He's been named there alongside Cole Palmer, who rightfully keeps his place, and Conor Gallagher as well. Now, this is a bit of a surprise, given that, Chilwell missed the game against Newcastle on Monday night. He was added to the injury list, believed to be a knee injury, and he was going to undergo specialist medical assessment. Well, it now transpires that Gareth Southgate has confirmed that Chilwell is back in training at Chelsea, and that hopefully comes through this week with the club, and he will join up with the squad, which is quite a turnaround, considering myself included. I think many of us thought Chilwell and the knee injury was going to be set for an extended spell on the sidelines, but it's apparent that this knee injury perhaps was not as bad as many people first feared. And he's actually made a quick recovery. And I'm wondering whether he actually could potentially play some part against Leicester on Sunday before joining up with the England squad. I guess one thing that's not good is the fact that Levi Colwell has not been named in the squad, which suggests that his injury could keep him out for another few weeks. He definitely won't return until the earliest, until the Burnley game at the end of the month due to the international break. But obviously, this England squad has come too soon for him. So it appears that injury perhaps isn't as quick a recovery as maybe we thought. It was described by Pochettino in that press conference before the Newcastle game as a problem with his toes. We haven't really had any further information since then. But the fact that Chilwell's injury doesn't appear to be as bad as first feared is obviously a plus for Chelsea. Cucurella is now back fit again and playing as well. So to have two left backs available is something we've not been able to say this season. And whatever you think of either player, it is a positive to have both these guys available for the running of the season, given we're trying to win the FA Cup, given we're trying to qualify for European football through the league. We've got some big games coming up against the likes of your Arsenals, your Tottenhams, your Villas, etc. So we're going to need as many players available as possible. So this is definitely a plus on that front. But yeah, I must admit, I am pleasantly surprised to see Ben Chilwell's name in the England squad. From a selfish point of view and a Chelsea point of view, I would I would rather have a situation where Chilwell doesn't go over the squad, spends another couple of weeks training at Chelsea, getting himself in the best condition. But obviously, I get it. England have got problems at left back. Luke Shaw's out and whatnot, so I understand that. But yeah, from a purely selfish perspective, it would have been I would have preferred that. But yeah, we can't complain too much. It's great that Chilwell's injury isn't as bad as first feared. And he's not, from a personal point of view for him as well, like it looks like he's not going to spend a long spell on the sidelines. And he's been pictured in Chelsea training today, along with Benoit Badiashile as well. So this is positive news for Chelsea on that front, guys. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all the news. So make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below, as always. Smash the likes on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. And I'll catch you guys again in another video soon. Up the Chelsea and peace out, people.